Hey, everybody, welcome to the Beehive Sports Podcast, powered by Swing Juice. Visit swingjuice.com. Use promo code Beehive20 for 20% off your golf and MLB PA apparel. Golf season winding down for us Northwestern Pennsylvanians. Probably be some good sales on there, so hop on, check it out. Swing Juice, use our promo code, support the show. Tonight, NFL Week 1, damn near in the books. So we're starting a half hour early tonight to try and get done in time to watch Season 1 of Broncos Country, Let's Ride.
Yeah.
Is that what he said? Yeah, Broncos Country.
Broncos
Let's
Country.
ride.
Let's ride.
Yeah, so we're gonna tune into that tonight. Obviously, we'll get into obviously all things NFL Week 1. Local shout outs. Got a bunch of those since we missed a week because NFL Mega Show. So lots of local stuff to get to. And then we're gonna play. Well, we got Buzz and Buzzkill, and then we're gonna play a new game called Reality or Overreaction, where we quiz Sketty, try and get some wound up, crazy, Sketty, takes and the good stuff. It's almost like we're enhancing Sketty on to a degree. It's going to be fun. So that'll be in the Buzz. Also in the Buzz, we'll get into some of this past week's college football. Obviously, there's some crazy shit that happened on Saturday. So get into that. Sports history this week is going to be the sports and 9/11 edition. Got some good info from 911memorial.org. So we'll go through that quickly. In Sketty On, he's going to be going in on people overreacting. So that'll be fun. The things that sting. We have follow up with the Britt Reed case. That's actually coming to a conclusion to a point. So we'll get into that. It's pretty crazy what's going on with that case. Calvin Ridley stuff, Little League, the Little League thing's completely ridiculous. This would have been in last week's show also, but NFL Mega Show postponed that. So, and then we got just one more story about Central Michigan, little keyboard mishap. And then in My Hive, we're going to do more of the NFL kind of just talking about the games, getting, our takes on some of the stuff that transpired yesterday. And following that, we'll be getting into week 2 3-bagger a little early, but we'll be getting into the 3-bagger for week 2. Let's go.
Welcome to the Beehive Sports Podcast. Here are your hosts, Joe and Sketty.
The Buzz is brought to you by Busch Light. Busch Light apples back on the shelves. Get it wherever you purchase your adult beverages. Please drink responsibly. If this box appears like it might be open now,
Get a little cracked.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, it's football. So it was tapped into slightly. Again, please drink responsibly. Napoli's Pizza. That's right. When there is football season on Tbsp, there is Napoli's weekly specials, pickup or delivery available, located in North Warren. And also Hillview Signs and Graphics. I show this every week. At least I try to. Awesome graphic signs, reasonable prices. Give them a call at 814-730-0348. And also Hillview Towing, same number, 814-730-0348. Ask for Don. Great guy. He'll help you out with all your needs. Reminder to audio listeners, live shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Give us a follow or subscribe. We appreciate that. You can follow us on Facebook and YouTube at the Beehive Sports Podcast, Twitter at the Beehive SP, Instagram at Beehive Sports Pod. And live show listeners, miss some of the broadcast recap with just the audio on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and more. All right. Do you see this fly?
I can't see it. But I don't have it. My screen's never zoomed.
Dude, this fly is going to make me lose my shit in 2 seconds. I told you that before the show. I can't kill him. He's too fast. I'm too slow. NFL kickoff, week 1 in the books. What'd you do? Did you have a good Sunday? Did you watch anywhere special?
No. My sister had her daughter's first birthday party at my dad's, so luckily I got to watch a little bit of the Niners game, bounce back to the Steelers game. But yeah, then I just watched at home for the rest of the day, so that was nice. Finally got home and got to actually watch some games.
So sister didn't get the memo that you do not plan birthday parties on Sunday, especially week 1.
Yeah, I was not happy about that. But what are you gonna do?
Well,
I could have not went.
You could have not went.
Yeah.
I
should have not went.
Send a card.
Exactly.
RSVP with regrets. Yeah, I don't know. It's been done.
It's true.
It's been done. I've skipped things to watch football. That's for sure. Yeah, that was cool. So I had this whole weekend, I should say. And Bills game was great, obviously. Enjoyed that. Thursday went golfing. What was it? Like 2:30, 3 o'clock. Me and Kraz took second, team better ball. Back on the championship board.
Yep.
That's what we do when I get the men's night, win some money. Yeah, so I golfed, came home, watched the first half here, then went to the Elks, watched the second half with Sam and them, and it was just great. It was a great game. We'll get into the details of it, obviously, here shortly, but I enjoyed the outcome. Talked to James. He was at the game at SoFi. Now declares the Bills his least favorite NFL team. Because
he didn't tell me that, but
he did.
I was talking to him after the game. Yeah, I was talking to him.
Oh yeah, he did say he talked to you, but yeah, he was surrounded by Bills fans. Said it was probably over 50%.
He said that it was not fun.
It was a takeover, and he declares Bills his now least favorite team, even worse than the Steelers. So
it's impressive.
Well, yeah, I guess he said the people around him were being dicks, and
yeah,
so
you'll have that.
You will have that. Yeah, it's just a shame that it happened in his home stadium.
Correct.
I love it. So, and then Friday I did a wedding little golf scramble thing with the guys in the wedding party and all that,
Okay.
And it was just 3 4-man teams. We won. It was just, $10 bucks we all pitched in. I got a closest to pin also. There's that fly. I'm going to get him.
Fair enough.
Dude, he's ruining my life right now. Then Saturday, wedding. Yesterday, had a bunch of people over. Did the tailgate like we always do.
Yep.
The week 1 party here. Did burgers and fries on the grill for everybody. And the games were crazy. So I'm looking forward to getting into that because it was quite the wild week 1. Remember, I picked a tie in the Mega Show. I picked the wrong 2 teams, but there's always a tie.
Yep.
And now now the odds are there's going to be another because there's just so many weeks for it to take place. Week 1 tie. That's pretty
new overtime rules.
Yeah. When do those go into effect?
Playoffs.
Is that it? We were wondering.
Yeah, playoffs is when it goes in. Just playoffs, which I'm fine with. Regular season, whatever.
Andy says if I just get a 49ers picture up on the screen, that fly will die with how they sucked.
It's not accurate at all, but okay. Whatever you say, Andy. I'm not even going to give you too much shit because I watched Saquon score me 30 points in fantasy, so go Giants.
He killed it for me, too. I'm still going to lose this week, though, because I'll pull that up in a little bit, too. We can talk about that.
I need a little bit of help.
I mean, I had if I would have been playing 3 of the other teams or whatever, I would have won. But I played James, and James's team went off, so it was,
Allen Robinson hurt. That hurt.
Yeah.
Fuck the Rams.
Yeah. Snake season began yesterday, too. Forgot to mention that. So we started off with a 52-12 victory over Sheffield, which is now like Hair by Flora.
Okay.
Is their sponsor? I don't know what that is. Obviously a place where you get your hair cut, but if you know me, I'm not too in touch with the local, hair salons, barbers.
Can
anything.
relate.
Yeah.
Can relate.
Yeah, you can relate. That's good. Yeah. So, yeah, snake season's underway though. So it was fun. Good to get out there and shake the rust a little bit. Yeah. All right, local shout outs. I have a bunch. So I hope you're prepared. We're going to start with Eisenhower.
Yep.
Because we like 35-0 bending of Union City.
Yep.
Held them to 62 total yards, all rushing. And get this, 54 of those were on one play.
Yeah, it's impressive. We're
QB
going to the
run.
game Friday. I'm excited to go to the game Friday. I'm pumped.
We are in attendance at the Pasture Pain on Friday. Should have our hats by then too.
Let's hope. Yep.
Yeah, so I've been talking to Swanee. They're getting sewn right now, so hopefully by Friday we'll have them. But, yeah, a week after Union City ran for 320 yards on their opponent, Eisenhower holds them to 62, beat them 35-0. Bauer, another 100-yard game and a touchdown. Our boy Chris Bunk had a big 33-yard reception. Garrett Jensen, a 65-yard pick six. So the plan is to have Bunk and Bauer on next Tuesday because we're doing the show Tuesday next week because I'll be at the Monday night game. So that's the plan. I messaged him waiting to hear back, but I mean, he said they were in, but we didn't have a time set. I just messaged him that today. So hopefully he sees that and we get something in the works for next week. And hopefully they're coming off another win. They play Seneca. I told him to, I said, we're going to be in attendance, so you better show out because we're coming up. See what it's all about. See what the buzz is all about up at Eisenhower. So that'll be a good time.
Yep.
Dragons getting the win column.
Yep.
50-28 win over Girard. Tommy Nyquist, who I've played hoops with several times, fastest kid alive. 3 touchdowns. One was on a hook and ladder. Hope somebody has video. Did you see it?
I saw the play. Yep.
Like you were there, or you have video?
No, like I saw a video. I don't remember who put it up, but it was a smooth play. It was legit hook and ladder.
I want to watch it.
Yeah.
So think about maybe who posted that. And then Caden Wright had 3 touchdowns also. So yeah, the route was on 50-28 over Girard. Youth tackle, we're a week behind with our, we have a strict watch on the Warren Dogs and Warren Hogs. So last week when we did the mega show and didn't do local shout outs, the Dogs had beat Kane 26-0. Tanner Stewart had 3 touchdowns. Kid's an animal. Grant May, 2 picks. Clayton Hammerbeck had an INT. Same weekend, the Hogs lost to Cameron County 13-6. Couldn't get the ground game going, according to the article that I read on Your Daily Local. But Ty Bryan had a pretty nice game, 101 through the air, including a 60-yarder to Wyatt Wilson. Our boy Wyatt had 91 yards receiving. Parker Kaiser, who's never leaves the field, we've decided, 24 yards, 6 tackles, and a forced fumble. So yesterday was the showdown, right? They played each other finally.
Oh, okay.
And wish it hadn't been on opening Sunday when I had plans, because this would have been a good game to go to. Low scoring, but talked to Dwight and Nick today, the head coaches of each respective team there. The Dogs won the game 7-6. Thane Gorley for the Hogs scores a touchdown early, failed conversion, so they're up 6-0. Back and forth, numerous changes of possession. In the fourth quarter, Tanner Stewart scores. And I believe if I remember right, because I didn't write everything in my notes, but it was a fumbled snap, picked it up, ran in. Sounds like some Josh Allen shit, if you ask me. Something he does.
Yep. Okay.
So Tanner Stewart does that. They get the conversion, right? So they're up 7-6. Not so fast. Penalty negates the conversion. They're tied. Moves them back to the 14-yard line. Didn't matter. Tanner Stewart threw a dart to Bentley Moore. Makes it 7-6. And then Grant May seals the game with an INT. So they win the game 7-6. So low scoring affair. But the write-up I read, I felt like I was there. It was really well written. I think Dwight said that he wrote it up, actually. And it was, it just sounded like a little bit of a slugfest, Maybe a little sloppy here or there, but it was a good game in general. So that was cool that the Warren teams got to play each other. Not sure if they play again. I can't remember what their schedule looks like. We'll have to look into that. But speaking of youth tackle, I got to go out of the area for a minute. And if I can figure out a way, I'll start sharing some of these videos on the podcast page on Facebook. Lucas Bleem, so good buddy of mine, Tom, from college. Okay, he's one of my best friends at Edinburgh. I hung out with him all the time. His son, Lucas, who I have pictures of me and him in Bills gear when he was like a baby, and I'm holding him like he's I don't see him all that often now, but was around him a lot when he was very, very little, is turning into an absolute machine at running back for Cambridge Springs Blue Devils in the like little gritter league that they play in out there. So not the same Warren league. I think Warren's like the Olean league or whatever, but he's got like in 2 games, he has 2 really long touchdown runs. He's over 100 yards in both games. And I mean, just cutting on a dime for a kid. Like it's really fun to watch. He's just making everybody miss. Nice. And the one video is hilarious because you can hear Tom yelling, he's like Barry Sanders. Oh, it's like Barry Sanders out there.
Overreaction week 1.
Overreaction week 2. It might have been week 1, but no. Tom might be on to something. The kid Lucas is looking good, so shout out Lucas. Keep it up, kid. You know, I'm loving the videos. I'll try and get Tom to send me a couple of those so I can get them posted on the page for people to see because it's legit. Like he runs the ball well, so hopefully that he carries into his older years and he just keeps it up. It's fun to watch. Keep kicking ass, Lucas. Cross country, got to shout out Kevin Dustin's Coach Goat. The goat of cross country coaching. Sam Lindell, he was telling me, Kevin was over here yesterday watching football. He's telling me about this Sam Lindell kid who he's like, he's one of the best kids I've ever coached. And the kid just keeps he's just kind of like keeps to himself kind of kid. Yep. And his times just are like improving, but not by a little bit. Like they're like Kevin's like, where did that come from? Like what?
He's on the juice.
Yeah, he might be PEDs. I don't know. But ran in Titusville. Well, okay, so just recent, like last week or over the weekend, last week, something, ran a 5K. That's what they run. It's in 17 minutes, 15 seconds. And then, but Kevin told me that in Titusville, like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half, whatever it might have been, he ran a 16:13. And pretty good. That like puts him, that time is 35th in all of the state for all high school level, like all divisions. And in their division, which is AA, it's 13th in the state. So that's pretty damn good. So shout out Sam Lindell. Kevin doesn't really know what part of his coaching style made him run that well, but whatever it was, it worked. So keep going, Kevin. You're doing great. Dragon Volleyball swept 3 matches over Corey. So shout out Dragon Volleyball because Corey is number 6
ranked, I believe.
Yeah, number 6 in 2A rankings. Yep. So they were led by Maddie Jones and Summer Lux. They get the win in 3 straight. That's a big win for Warren Volleyball. So shout out Georgie Bickling. Breaks her sister's record, 86 assists. Now a new record for Warren Dragon soccer, girls soccer. This one makes me tired just reading it, and it's the last one I have. If you have anything, you're going to be going here in a minute. Brad Wakowiak is a buddy of mine who I used to play softball with in Erie. Got real into running the last 5-6 years, something like that. Ran a 30-hour race.
Okay.
So I can't. Yeah, it's a 30-hour race. He ran 51 miles in 12 hours total. The 12 hours, so the time running or walking over that amount of time was just over 11 hours. So he only had, 55 or less minutes of rest during that time. But 51 miles.
Pretty impressive. I couldn't. No, I wouldn't want to drive that far.
No, I commented on his post and I said I caught a 50-yard reception in flag football today, and I felt like I needed a nap like immediately. So, hell of a job, Brad. That's impressive. Better you than me, I guess. That's about it. All right. Nothing. You don't have anything for local shout outs?
Nope.
All right. Buzzing and buzzkill. What's got you buzzing this week?
What's got me buzzing? House is moving along. Carpet's in. We're getting close. Another 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, and we'll be out of the green background here.
The Sketty Podcast Cave.
The Sketty Podcast Cave is coming.
Do you have an idea of what your setup's going to look like? Like, do you have some memorabilia out there that you're going
to? Not sure. We'll figure it out.
Swanee just commented, Devin Olson would be a great guy to have on the show. Who is that?
He runs like crazy marathons too. I think he does like the Ironmans, I believe. Kid from Warren. I think he's maybe Colorado now. I can't remember.
Who we should get on the show, if we're going to talk running, is that dude who went to Eisenhower, Lanzel, who now coaches Army cross country, right?
Yep.
Is it Army?
I think Navy is
Navy.
where he was at, but I don't know where he's coaching. But yeah, I know he went
one of those
to
two.
Navy, so.
He coaches. He's the head coach of one of those programs.
Yep.
We could probably snag him. Tell him we like Ike, and maybe he'll be like, "Oh, all right, I'm in."
I like it.
All right. So, what's got me buzzing? Brian Dable's giant nuts, going for the win. 2-pointer with a minute to go. I love the call. Everybody's already kind of discounting your season as it is. You're on with Daniel Jones and his 5th year, and we don't know what's going to transpire there. They're basically in a rebuild, trying to develop their core so that then they can start putting together a run to the playoffs and winning the NFC East. Brian Dable says, I don't give a shit. Everybody's discounting us. Let's just go for the win right now. Does a little shovel pass to Saquon. He squeezes in. 2-pointer good. Win the game against the Titans. Big upset. I mean, the line was only like 5.5, but loser pools, survivor pools, whatever, all over the place. A lot of people losing in those this week because of that game.
Yeah.
So it was
you're ballsy if you took the Titans this week. I like that. Was ballsy.
Well, I'm in a loser pool, and a lot of people, or 2 or 3 took and there's only like 10 people in it. It's just small. It was a group of friends of mine. They took the Giants, to be the team that lost this week. So
yeah, I would have done that. I don't think the Titans
2 or 3
great.
people already on their nerve. You can rebuy for $10, to get your second chance.
Just what were they thinking? Like, the Titans are not great. Like, why would you pick that game? Bad picks. They deserve to lose. Terrible picks.
Andy says that he asked the defense on the sideline if they were okay with it, according to reports. Sounds like a John Harbaugh move to me.
I was going to just say, okay, John Harbaugh.
So that makes me nervous that Brian Dable isn't confident in his coaching decisions, because he should just say, hey, defense, go hit the showers. We're about to win this motherfucker right now.
Yep.
And it was awesome. So Brian Dable's giant nuts. That's what's got me buzzing. What's killing your buzz?
Again, having to go to that birthday party Sunday. Not that I would have watched much different. Like, I still got to see the Niners game, but would have been nice to be able to flip to like Red Zone during commercials and see a little bit more of the games. I saw nothing from the Detroit Philadelphia game, which kind of bummed me out. I heard that was an interesting one. So yeah,
you got to get on that Facebook page I told you about.
What's that?
NFL game recaps. They do like 10-minute recaps of every game, and it shows like not just scoring plays. It's not like your Sports Center, highlight reel, like a 3-minute version of the game. It's a 10-minute version of the game, and they show a lot of good stuff. So I try to watch as many of those as I can, not doing anything, just scroll through and watch, games I didn't get to see much of, which yesterday, like on the TVs here, I had Steelers, Bengals, and then Panthers, Browns, and then on the third TV was Miami and New England. So the games I didn't get to catch much of, that's when I switch, or I try and look them up on that. They do them every week. And it's almost like instant. Like as soon as the games are over, the 1 o'clock games are over, 4 o'clock games are on, you can go check and the recaps are on there. So good site to check out on Facebook. What's killing my buzz? TJ Watt is killing my buzz.
Yep.
Fantasy defense, they crushed it for me this week. I have the Steelers defense. So I did a little research. By default, okay, who do you think has the toughest position of the Watt brothers? So JJ started at D tackle, right?
Yep.
And TJ's an edge.
I mean, JJ might have been a rush, or not a rush end, but a 3-4 end.
Well, he was a D tackle to start his career, I believe, and then I think he
I think he kind of did that. I think he kind of did that hybrid role that Donald does.
Okay, so
they use a DT, but they would, yeah.
For the sake of this, we'll call him an edge rusher. Okay.
Yep.
So him and TJ, edge rushers. Derek, a fullback, right?
Yep.
Which position do you feel invites the most contact between those two positions?
Are we talking edge rusher and fullback? We're not counting JJ?
We're calling JJ an edge rusher.
I mean, I think JJ, just because he played more inside, because he wasn't really technically like an edge rusher in the sense that TJ's an edge rusher where he's out against a tackle running by him. Like JJ was interior banging, eating guys up.
Bob has the correct answer. The answer is fullback.
I mean, fullback.
Yeah.
I don't think it's edge rusher. I think it was either JJ or the fullback, Derek, whatever.
Okay, so
I'd say it's one of those two.
The point is, Derek Watt, his rookie year was 2016, missed 4 games in 2020 because of a pulled hamstring.
Yeah. Okay. So
JJ and TJ are I mean, JJ already he had a strong start to his career. JJ did, where he wasn't missing a lot of time. It was like the first 4 seasons or something along those lines. 4 or 5 seasons, he only missed like 1 game, and then injuries started to pile up on him. Now TJ, a little earlier in his career, it's starting for him, but I think it was his first 2 or 3 seasons he played without missing a game, and now he's only missed 2. He missed 2 last year. Now we're looking at possibly the season this year.
I get where you're going with this, but I'm going to disagree with you just because I would guess that those guys probably played double the amount of snaps that Derek Watt does throughout the season.
Matter. Derek Watt is the toughest Watt.
Matter. He's playing half a season compared to those
running
guys.
Full speed into linebackers every time he's on the field.
No, he could be pass protected. How often do you see a fullback on the field in general?
Well, he's chipping somebody who's running full speed out.
I don't know where our stat guy's at. I'd love to see Derek Watt snaps played last year.
Snaps played. Somebody can look it up. I'll look it up. I'll look it up at the break.
Okay.
All right, Derek Watt is the toughest Watt.
Okay.
It's just a fact at this point.
I don't believe you, but okay.
You need to, because the numbers don't lie.
If he was playing every offensive play, I would maybe let that one.
He's missed 4 games in 6 years.
Well, he's probably only played about 6 complete games in 6 years.
Played in every game.
Well, yeah, I'm saying snap wise.
Games started, games played. He's been in every one of them.
That's like punters never get hurt. They punt 4 times a game.
Punters get hurt. The kicker from the Chiefs got hurt. Bucker got hurt yesterday.
Yeah.
It happens. Fullbacks are tough. Fullbacks,
they are, but I just don't buy that. Yeah, I just don't buy.
He's the best
because he
Watt.
Hasn't been hurt.
He's the best Watt, and he's the toughest Watt. So if I was a Watt fan, Watt supporter, I'd get Derek's jersey, because TJ's killing me. The dude, if he would play a full season, he would break the sack record.
Yeah, that's
he really
fair.
would.
I'd give you that. I'd give you
Andy's siding with you. Don't
that's how you know. That's how you know I have a good point. If Andy
don't fall for Andy,
automatically win.
I mean, I'm only partially being serious about this as it is, but Derek Watt is the best of the Watt brothers, and there's no further argument. I don't see how anybody can say otherwise. He's on the field. He plays. Where's TJ? Torn pectoral muscle. Where's JJ? Who knows? Is he playing this year? Did he
I have no
retire?
idea. Couldn't
I don't know.
tell
He
After
wanted
that
to go to
defensive
he wanted
performance
to
by
go
the
to
Cardinals, he should have.
he wanted to go to the Contenders. That's why he went to Arizona. If it
Yep.
was first half of the season champs, that's what he was going for when he said Contenders. Then he was right.
Yep.
That's what Arizona is.
Not even that this year.
All right, are you ready for our new game?
Yep.
All right, I think I'm gonna. Let me see here. Yeah. We're going to go with lo-fi. I don't know what this sounds like, but we're going to play some music for this.
Okay.
All right, new game. The new game is called Reality or Overreaction, where I'm going to post something up on the banners. I'm going to read it out loud, and we're going to get Sketty's. Is this a reality or is it an overreaction? I got about 7 or 8 of them. Let's start. Reality or overreaction? The Cowboys season is over.
I'm going to have to say reality right now. I don't think that without Dak and with an already banged up receiving core that they can do anything. Zeke looked pretty fresh, but when you got to score points to win games, I don't know how they're going to do it. Unless they make a call, and it'd have to be a big offer for them to get Jimmy off of the 49ers right now, but that would be the only way to save their season at this point. Week 8, week 9, the season's going to be over for this team.
I'm trying to look up Dak's stats. What was he yesterday? 14 and 29.
He was not very good, yeah.
He was
horrible. Both the offensive lines yesterday were terrible.
CeeDee Lamb had 11 targets and caught 2 of them.
Yeah, it was
destroyed my fantasy chances this
both offensive lines were rough yesterday, so
all right.
Yeah.
So we're going
I think that's a
with
reality. I think that's a reality. Yep.
Reality or overreaction? Justin Jefferson
reality
will win the Triple Crown this season.
Reality. I've been saying it since before football season started. Cooper Kupp is good. Justin Jefferson, especially with the new coach, is going to just absolutely shit all over everyone this year. Reality. Book it. Dude's a stud.
Big Vikings guy.
Dude, huge Vikings guy, right? I think they're real best team in the NFC right now.
Reality or overreaction? The Bengals Super Bowl run was a fluke.
I'm going to say overreaction, just because I don't think it was I do think it was kind of fluky that they got there, but I don't think they're a bad team. I don't think that this loss to the Steelers means much. They're still going to be a pretty solid team. They just turned the ball over 5 times, something ridiculous like that yesterday, and they still were in it.
All sorts of fantasy points.
Yeah, they were still in the game. I think that overreaction if you're off the Bengals. That being said, I don't think the Bengals are, they might be the 3rd best team in the AFC, but they're no higher than that. So I'm going to go overreaction, but with that little caveat to it.
I'm going to say reality on this one.
You think?
Yeah, I do think it was a fluke. Steelers defense did a nice job exposing Burrow a little bit yesterday. And yes, they were still in the game, but the only reason they were still in the game is because the Steelers offense is bad. They're not good.
Yeah.
They're not good.
Well, again, it's one of those weirdly worded question. I don't think they're one of the best or the best team in the AFC. I think it was a little fluky they got there last year, but I still think they're a good team.
So I got you to at least say a little fluky.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that they're a bad team. This game, it'd be overreaction to say they're no good because of one game yesterday. I just think they're a good team, but not the cream of the crop in the AFC.
Reality or overreaction? The Packers are in serious trouble.
I think this is a reality. Again, I'm a huge Vikings guy, but it did not look like Rodgers had a lot of faith in any of those receivers. He kind of turned it on a little bit with Dubs there in the second half. He had a couple spotty, shiny moments. A.J. Dillon was a bright spot. I think they need to rely on him and just go that route. But if they don't start figuring things out, this team's in trouble. They showed me nothing on Sunday.
Well, speaking of his confidence in the receivers, it was like first possession or second possession that he had a dude butt naked running down the sideline.
Yeah,
throws it to him, drops it. That's
what I'm saying, but that's trouble. That's trouble.
That is trouble.
You aren't making that, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is it was real fast for him to lose faith in guys when that that happens right off the get-go.
Exactly. Yep. He didn't get another target until late in the fourth quarter, I think.
Right. Reality or overreaction? The 49ers should turn to Jimmy G soon.
Biggest overreaction of the week, which was a close second to the Bills fans thinking that the Super Bowl has already been won and they're the best team that's ever been assembled. But, literally, and this one pissed me off more than anything because they played in a monsoon. This reminds me of the Bills-Patriots game from last year when they had the, 50-mile-per-hour winds. And, even that one, the Patriots kind of exposed the Bills' defense. This game, and let me pull up the stats for you because I've been fucking pissed off about this. Everyone talking shit to me. First downs, Niners, 17, Bears, 15. They had the same amount of possessions, 11. The Niners outgained them 331 to 204. Passing, they had 150 yards or 155 yards to the Bears 105. Rushing, they had 176 yards to the Bears 99. The only thing that the Bears beat them on were turnovers with Trey's late pick in the monsoon and penalties. They had 12 penalties for 99 yards. I don't think I have it up here. Yeah, 12 penalties for 99 yards to the Bears, 3 for 24. Trey Lance looked good early. I think I looked at it today until the rain. When the rain started dumping in the second half there, he finished 4 for 11. Fields completed less than 50% of his passes. If Dante Pettis was a good football player and actually rolled out to the side of the field that Justin Fields was rolling out to on that broken play instead of standing over on the other sideline like a fucking idiot, they wouldn't have scored that touchdown. Fields just happens to look over and he's like, oh shit, this idiot shouldn't be there. Easy touchdown. I just think that this is a complete overreaction. Talk to me next week after the Seattle game. I'll let you know if they should go to Jimmy G or not.
All right, so Trey Lance yesterday with ranks among starters. Completion percentage, 46.4 was the worst. Total touchdowns, 0, tied for worst, obviously.
In a monsoon.
Passer rating, 50.3, worst. Okay.
In a monsoon. So, where is Justin Fields' numbers compared to those? All worse than him playing in the same weather.
Not worst.
Yeah, worse.
No, his completion percentage was higher.
No, it was not. There's no way. That's bad math. He was 7 for 19.
All right.
I'm sorry, 8 for 17. 8 for 17.
All right, I'm pulling it up. Hold on. Yeah, 8 for 17.
Yeah.
It's still a higher percentage than 46.4.
No.
Yes. It's just under 50%.
He was 13 for 28.
Yeah, which is why he's at 46%. Worse than...
Who do you think 8 for 17 is? 50% is 8 for 16.
It's higher than 46% is what it is. Yes, it is. One last thought. I want an apology from you right now.
Oh, he's 47. Oh, but by a point.
Well,
I apologize. By a point.
I want an apology from you.
For what?
All the shit you talked on the bad weather game when the Bills lost, and you were like, "Oh, blame it on the weather." Blah blah blah. All they did was run.
Whoa.
And that's the excuse you're using.
No, the Patriots straight out outrushed the Bills though. They threw 3 passes. They said, "Okay, we're not going to try and throw it. We're just going to run the ball." The Bears just got lucky.
The Bears got lucky. The Patriots were just better. Okay, all right.
That day they outplayed them. The Bears did not outplay the 49ers. 99 yards and penalties. 12 fucking penalties. 3 third downs they bailed them out on. Yeah, beat them on the scoreboard. All right, right now, anyone want to bet that the Niners win double the amount of games that the Bears do? Because I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day.
Bet in the field. Any takers, hit us in the comments.
Double the amount of wins.
We'll wager something.
Bare
some
minimum.
Merchandise.
Bare minimum.
All right, let's move on to the next one here. Reality or overreaction? This is a 2-parter, by the way. Matt Ryan is bad.
I saw nothing from this game, but I'm going to say reality because you tied the Texans. And there was no monsoon going on.
Reality or overreaction? Davis Mills is good.
Overreaction.
He played well. I can give you some numbers
I saw
here.
20-3 for like early.
Yeah, they were pounding them.
Yep.
It didn't look like, and this was another one that in a loser pool. So it turns out in a survivor pool, if you tie it counts as a win, according to this site according to the site that we have been using. So let me find. Here we go. Davis Mills. 23 of 37, 240 and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions.
Yep.
Matt Ryan, 32 of 50, 352, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jonathan Taylor, how did they loot? Like, what was going on in this game? Jonathan Taylor had 161 yards, averaging 5.2 and a touchdown. Michael Pittman, 9 for 121. Like, how? That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what happened in that game either. All right, on to the next one. Reality or overreaction? Bills bash or Rams trash? That's a two-parter too.
I would say that the reality is the Rams line is not very good. That they looked like they were having big problems. I think
they did have big problems because it was a 4-man rush the entire game. They didn't blitz once.
I think so. Again, I think the reality is the Rams did not play well. They did not look like a Super Bowl winning team. I don't think they were that good last year. I think they got a little lucky, kind of a la the Bengals. Getting there and just beating the Bengals. The Bills, to me, the Bills is kind of I hate to call it an overreaction because they did what they should do and they looked really well. But on paper, we've been saying it for how long? The Bills should be the best team in football this year. I mean, there should not be any problem. The defense did look a little bit better than I thought, but I do think that's partially the Rams being bad. But yeah, like people that are like shocked and screaming about how great the Bills are, like, no, they just did what they should have done to that Rams team. They're not that good. Like, to me, that wasn't you can be happy about it. It's not like they did anything wrong, but I wouldn't be like writing their name on the Super Bowl trophy. Not that they get their name written on the Super Bowl trophy, but
so I have
what I'm saying.
One gripe I have for the Bills game that against the Bills is, and Moon texted me this, and Moon was like, which Moon obviously doesn't know Sony Michel's on another team because he was saying they shouldn't be trying to get OBJ. They should try and get a running back because they can't run the ball. Devin Singletary was 8 carries for 48 yards. He's averaging 6 a carry. But the issue I have is that they give 6 carries to Zach Moss, who ran for 2.5 yards a carry, 15 yards on 6 carries.
Well, I think Singletary's banged up for a little bit. I do, and I still think that there's questions there about the Bills' run game, which they obviously didn't need at all. But and I still have questions. Again, I think I told you when you were telling me about how good Von Miller looked against that left tackle, and I'm just thinking Nick Bosa is literally going to eat that kid for lunch because Von Miller's basically out there with the fucking walker trying to get by him and just making him look silly. Like, Nick Bosa might murder that guy. I don't know who they better call, but they better call somebody for help.
Von Miller's really good.
Deep shit.
And the difference he makes, just his presence on the field, was awesome.
Yeah, I see. I think that's the overreaction. I think for me, the overreaction is the Bills' defensive line. I want to see it a little bit more before I believe that that's a reality.
7 sacks with a 4-man rush is pretty solid start, though.
I mean, it's not. I just don't think the Rams line is good, though, is what I'm getting at. I don't think they were good last year. Like, I'm not hating on the Bills. Good for them, but I wouldn't say that, this is what we're going to do all year. I don't think you're going to see that.
You can't hate on the Bills because you were cheering for them.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, they did what they should have done. I mean, I told you, the only thing that surprised me was the Rams offense couldn't score at all, but their line was so god-awful. Matt Stafford had no time, and if you can't protect, it's hard to be good in this league.
Right on. All right, that was fun. We'll do that again next week.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that every week. That's kind of cool. We can do that.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Wild week in NCAA football. Just a few more things before we get to our first break here. Obviously, announced a week ago, we did the NFL Mega Show, didn't talk about it. 12-team playoff by 2026. Terrible idea.
I agree. Yeah.
There's
first 4 teams get a bye, I believe.
Is that how the setup is?
I believe 1 through 4 get a bye. Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Yeah, I didn't read the details on it, but what I do know is that the way the NCAA is shaping up, well, I say this because you base it off of like you know, 1 or 2 or 3 seed team playing or ranked team playing like a 10th or 11th ranked team, and it always seems like just murder. I say that, but then Notre Dame, who was ranked, I think, 9th
Yeah,
after their loss to Ohio State, and they're 20.5-point favorites and lose to Marshall. Marshall got paid $1.25 million to go beat Notre Dame.
Well, they always have to start them high in the rankings so they can hope to get them in the playoff. It just is what it is.
Join a conference.
Yep.
Texas A&M.
Yep.
Another
bad loss.
6th ranked team in the country. Bad loss. 18.5-point favorites against App State. A lot of people were betting Texas A&M on that game. I was watching through like Twitter and everything. I stayed away from it, thank God. And I never bet Notre Dame, so that wasn't an issue for me. So App State got $1.5 million to go to College Station and beat Texas A&M.
Yep. Good times.
Yeah, it's like it was just a crazy week. But the Bama Texas game was really good. I don't know if you caught any of that.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I saw Bryce Young led a big game-winning drive late.
Yeah, well, Quinn Ewers got hurt early, got his shoulder landed on. So he was out of the game for Texas, which I don't know if it was going to make a difference or not. I don't know how big the gap is between him and Hudson or whatever that dude's name is that came in after him, but it was a great game.
Like super high rated too. So
Texas just looked good, and they held their own against Bama a week after. That coach said that this Alabama team was the best football team he's ever seen on a field in college football. So good for Texas. But wild week in college football. Been trying to keep up with that a little bit, but as things go, we'll talk more. I don't know. Do you have anything else on college football?
Not on college football, no.
Okay. Do you have anything else on the buzz?
I do have one. Bobby Pring says, can I pull this up?
Yep.
Can you say the Vikings are the best team in the NFC when Cousins finds a way to throw up on himself each season? Yes. Who's better? Right now, what you saw yesterday, tell me who in the NFC you have even close to as much faith in as the Vikings.
That seems like an
I'd love to know. I'd love to know because the NFC looked fucking bad yesterday. They looked really, really fucking bad. Doesn't even matter if the AFC is better than them this year. They looked like dog shit.
Carson Wentz looked great.
Carson Wentz, that was a win over the AFC. Woo. The Commanders and the Giants. Thanks, guys. Woo.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, the Giants. They can contend.
Yeah,
look
there's
at
not the Bucks, the Bucks, the Cowboys. Nobody in the NFC outside of the Vikings look good this week.
It's fair.
Maybe the Seahawks will shock the world tonight.
I hope not, because that would hit the old FanDuel account for me a little bit. All right. I think that's it then. Yeah, we're going to take a quick break before we get into sports history. The Buzz is brought to you by Busch Light. Busch Light apples back on the shelves. Get it wherever you purchase your adult beverages. Please drink responsibly. And Napoli Pizza. That's right. When there's football season on TBSP, there is Napoli's weekly specials. Pickup or delivery available. Located in North Warren. Best pizza of all time.
Yep.
We'll be back.
Whenever you crack open a Busch Light, the mountain starts singing.
It's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you.
What is going on?
Hit it, Giant Kenny G.
It's so smooth.
Head for the mountains of Busch Light beer.
Hungry? Watching the game? Order some Napoli's Pizza, voted the best pizza in the Times Observer Reader's Choice every year. Homemade, hand-tossed, delicious hot pizza, stromboli, salads, subs, and so much more. Located in North Warren, come on in or call 814-723-7455 and ask about our specials. Pickup or delivery available 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Again, that's 814-723-7455.
Hi, this is Brian Hagberg, and I wanted to take a moment and tell you about our new website, yourdailylocal.com. Your Daily Local is your new home for news, sports, and events in Warren County and beyond. Our goal is to cover the people, places, events, and happenings that matter to you in a variety of ways, including writing, video, and audio. And the best part? All of our content is available for free. Head to yourdailylocal.com to get the news you need when you need it.
Let's take a look back at this week in sports history.
This week in sports history brought to you by Your Daily Local. Visit yourdailylocal.com for the news you need when you need it. Sports history, before we get to that, real quick, Bobby sent another comment in. Chargers are the better team, in my opinion. You said NFC.
Yeah.
We were talking NFC. Bobby, you know better. So I don't know if he forgot. He said we're talking NFC or what, but that's an AFC.
Not NFL. It was NFC team. Yes.
Right. All right. Sports and 9/11. Obviously, yesterday, 9/11, big day in our nation as we remember the attacks from September 11th on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon, the plane crash in Somerset. So at the 9/11 Memorial and Museum, there is a special exhibition called The Comeback Season, Sports After 9/11, and it explored how the sports helped the country unite and start to heal in the aftermath of the attacks. Immediately following the attacks, there were questions asked. Should games go on as planned? When would it be acceptable to resume competition? Sports figures spoke out of their unwillingness to move too quickly, their desire to provide solace to the country, and the responsibility to honor the victims. They went back to the games, they said, when it would help. In the months that followed, sports set an emotional cadence for a grieving nation. Ballparks, racetracks, and arenas offered fans a place to come together and cheer. The rituals of sport were extended to commemorate those killed on 9/11 and honor those who protect us. In stadiums around the country, millions found a path forward, combining reverence for the game or for the fallen with devotion to the games. This was the comeback season, reminding a nation that what we have in common is more powerful than what divides us. Objects displayed were a miniature football recovered from the debris from the Dutch Bank building across the street from the World Trade Center site. Also on display was a helmet with NYPD lettering worn by New York Mets player Mike Piazza after 9/11. When Major League Baseball resumed, the New York Mets wore caps representing New York City's first responders. Mets player Mike Piazza cut the letters from an NYPD cap and glued them to the back of his catcher's helmet that he wore behind home plate. There was a picture of it on the website. It's really freaking cool. And then obviously yesterday, if you saw the video I shared on the Facebook page, or shared it today, but what happened yesterday at the Jets-Ravens game was...
Oh, yeah, that was a cool video.
Gives you chills when you watch that. Yesterday, the video, like I said, the video I shared today, New York NYPD color guard singing the national anthem. And I'm not sure if it was a mic issue or if it was planned, but the female from NYPD singing stops and the crowd takes over up until like the last verse. And it was, I mean, it's loud, like it's awesome. And they pan to the crowd and it's everybody singing. I mean, everybody who was there, you just see them, kind of arm in arm, rocking back and forth singing. It was really cool. And, it just shows you, that our country can become that when we choose to be. Yep. If we don't, people, stop letting politics divide you and just love thy neighbor. It's not that hard, not that hard. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share for 9/11 and sports history. Like I said, that was taken from 911memorial.org. You can check out that website, and it actually has the pictures of that football covered in, the dust and debris, and then the Piazza helmet where it's material cut off of a hat glued onto a catcher's helmet, and he autographed it, and that's, on display at this memorial as well. So, all right, this week's Sports History Edition is brought to you by Your Daily Local. Visit yourdailylocal.com for the news you need when you need it. Going to take another break, and we'll be back with Sketty on.
Hey there, everyone. This is Phil with JP Photography. I know. A photography ad on a sports show? I get it. You're here for sports talk and listening to Joe and Sketty's insane rambling.
Wait, what?
But bear with me for a few. I just want to tell you that JP Photography not only offers wedding photography, but also does events, engagements, headshots, family photos, and even some product photography. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Just search for JP Photography or go directly to our website at johnphilphotography.com. That's JONPHIL photography.com.
He's absolute trash.
Sketty on. Let's have a listen to what Sketty is on this week.
0% chance that works.
This week's Sketty On is brought to you by Complete Roofing Systems. The best the business has to offer, matched with the best prices. For your free estimate, find them at crsroofingteam.com or call them at 716-640-4609. Yeah. Every year, week one, it's great because football's back. It's terrible because after week one, everybody's ready to crown a champion, write somebody's season off. There's 16 more games. Just chill. It's all going to be fine. The cream will come to the top. The losers will weed themselves out. But you don't need to be out here screaming about how great or how bad a team is after 1 week. You can be concerned, sure, but you don't need to freak out. That's it. That's all I got. We're keeping it tight. We got football to watch soon.
That's true. All right. So, yeah, I mean, it's every year.
Yeah, it just, you always forget.
I saw today, I know you're high on Jefferson, Triple Crown. I'm good with that.
Yep.
But I saw like a meme somebody put up today. It's like Justin Jefferson on pace to catch 3,200 yards.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like Darren Waller had like 19 targets, I think, week one last year. It's like, holy shit, he's on target for like 400 targets this year.
Yeah.
Like,
would have been great because he was on my fantasy team. Huge letdown after week one.
I just think what he did against Jair Alexander and like everyone was pumping up that Green Bay defense and how good it was going to be. Like Justin Jefferson looked good. He looked like he's going to be tough.
Yeah, he is tough.
So yeah, I mean, but yeah, everyone just, I always forget, like as excited as you are for football to be back, getting on the internet after week one is just, it's terrible. it's terrible.
All right.
Wrap
her up.
This week's Sketty On is brought to you by Complete Roofing Systems. The best the business has to offer, match with the best prices. For your free estimate, find them at crsroofingteam.com or call them at 716-640-4609.
All right, we're going to be right back with the things that sting.
Jones Pest Control, your hometown pest control company servicing residential and commercial properties in Warren and surrounding areas since 2015. Sean and his crew will work tirelessly to keep your home or business free of insects to rodents and everything in between. Contact Jones Pest Control at 814-230-9548 and set up an appointment today. And remember, ants, spiders, bees, or mice, don't think twice. Call Jones Pest Control, 814-230-9548.
Checkout means sales and services with 2 locations on Warren's East Side. Their garage at 800 Lexington Avenue not only services cars sold by Means, but has knowledgeable staff and modern state-of-the-art equipment waiting to serve their hometown of Warren. Whatever you need, including alignments, tires, brakes, yearly or enhanced PA inspections, oil changes, and much more. Make your appointment today at 814-723-7191, extension 2.
It's now time for the things that sting. The worst stories in sports, according to Joe.
This edition of the Things That Stings, powered by Jones Pest Control. Ants, spiders, bees, or mice, don't think twice. Call Jones Pest Control at 814-230-9548. I'm about to call him to come remove this fly from my basement.
I like it.
I shouldn't have said anything though, because he hasn't been around in a minute. So I'm thinking he might have, found something else in the basement to keep him occupied besides me. Yeah. Okay, only a few things. One follow-up and then 3 other stories. First one, Britt Reed. We talked about him, son of Andy Reid. He was on the coaching staff.
Oh, yep.
Obviously was let go following the DUI crash outside right near Arrowhead that seriously injured a 5-year-old girl. He enters a guilty plea, avoids trial, which was scheduled for September 26th. He had faced up to 7 years in prison, but the plea deal means he now faces a possible sentence ranging from probation to 4 years in prison. He entered his plea in Jackson County Circuit Court in Kansas City. Sentencing is set for October 28th. Now, with that all said, the family is completely opposed to this plea deal. So I don't know how the victim panels work in different counties. That's the stuff that's taken into account in Warren County. I know that from experience. The DA wants the families who are victims of crimes to be comfortable, if a plea agreement is reached. So the attorney for the families who were, because there's like 5 injured people, and obviously the 5-year-old girl was the most seriously. She was in a coma. The attorney spoke out, said, quote, "The 5 victims of the crime are outraged. The prosecuting attorney is not seeking maximum sentence allowable by law. The defendant is a prior offender whose actions caused a 5-year-old girl to be in a coma and seriously injured 3 others." Here's something I didn't really dig into or know about, or maybe I did and I forgot. But so this is not the first legal issue for Britt Reed, who graduated from a drug treatment program in Pennsylvania, which we call treatment court, in 2009 after a series of run-ins with law enforcement. His father was a coach of Andy Reid was coaching the Eagles at the time. Britt's older brother, Garrett, served a 2-year sentence in Pennsylvania State drug program in treatment court. After he was arrested on drug-related charges, Garrett Reed later found dead in August 2012 in his dorm room at Lehigh University, where he was assisting at the Eagles training camp. A coroner ruled that he died of an accidental heroin overdose. So I didn't know that Andy Reid's kids were completely fucking off the rails.
Yeah, did not know that.
Yeah, like one died of a drug overdose, and Britt Reed obviously, had substance abuse issues back in the day. I'm not going to say just because he was driving intoxicated that he has substance abuse issues. I think that's a stretch when some people kind of go that route. Like, it's a mistake made, sure, a major one. But clearly he had drug issues back in the day too, because he went through treatment court. So yeah, had no idea that Andy Reid's family was a bunch of morons. So Calvin Ridley. A prosecutor Monday announced a sprawling indictment targeting members of what she said is a violent street gang that has been targeting the Atlanta area homes of famous athletes, including Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley, entertainers, and others who flaunt expensive possessions on social media. Ridley, singer Mariah Carey, Atlanta United goalkeeper Brad Guzan, and Marlo Hampton of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, whatever that's a dumb TV show.
No idea. Yep.
Yeah, all had their homes broken into. 220 count indictment charges against 26 people. Charges include carjacking, kidnapping, armed robbery, shootings, home invasions, and they were all committed by members of the Drug Rich gang. This is a badass quote. Had to read this from the prosecutor. There's a fly. He's back. See? Shouldn't have brought him up. So this is from the prosecutor. Shit, I didn't put her name in here. I can't remember her name, but I Googled it because I wanted to, read more about this woman. She said, quote, "I am not going to negotiate with gang members. I am not going to allow pleas," she said. "We are going to find you. We are going to convict you, and we're going to send you to prison for the rest of your days. And I'm not apologizing for that."
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Thug life.
Yeah. I like her. Pretty cool. So that's that one. Next one, Little League video causes an uproar. This kind of didn't make much waves, I think, as much as people thought it was going to. This was a couple weeks ago, would have been on last week's show, but we didn't do this segment. A Little League video broadcast. The broadcast footage showed players from the Midwest region team, I think it was Iowa, placing cotton from a stuffed animal on the head of a black player. Officials from Little League World Series have since spoke to the team and the parents of the player involved as part of its review of the incident. Following that review, the Little League World Series came to the conclusion that there was no ill intent behind the action shown during the broadcast, per Philip Lewis of the Huffington Post. No surprise that this is the publication that was pushing this as a racist issue. During the broadcast of the MLB Little League Classic, this is a quote, a statement released from Little League World Series. During the broadcast of an MLB Little League Classic, a Midwest player was shown with filling from a stuffed animal given away at the game on his head. After speaking with the team, as well as reviewing photos, multiple players on the Midwest region team were taking part in this while enjoying the game. As only one player appeared on the broadcast, Little League International understands that actions could be perceived as racially insensitive. We have spoken with the player's mother and coaches who have assured us there was no ill intent behind the action shown during the broadcast. So the parents of this little boy are even saying, pump the brakes. You people on Twitter are all insane. I mean, I found like the original tweet that went viral about this. The one guy who was so pissed off when he saw it. And the video shows the little kid. He has the stuffing all over his hair. He stands up, starts flexing. He's smiling. Yeah. He's having the time of his life, being a kid, playing at the biggest stage that a kid could play at. And people on Twitter have to try and make something negative out of nothing. And it was an epic failure. And I'm glad for that and I'm glad that, that Little League World Series came out and said, yeah, no, the parents and the coaches and everybody who we talk to think you're dumb.
Yep.
This is essentially what they said. So
yeah, as they should have. Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff. This is a short one, but it's pretty funny. So Central Michigan, they send out to all of their students a little packet. They're trying to do some good marketing for their students, Well, they send them CMU keyboard stickers so that you can put the sticker on your keyboard over the letters CMU. Okay. Pick up your phone, open a text, and look at what your keyboard looks like and how those letters would look on a keyboard if stickered.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Got it. Yep.
Doesn't spell CMU. I can tell you that.
Does not.
Yeah. No. So huge failure. It was hilarious. All the response from this was really, really funny, and everybody's right. Like, well, CMU's marketing team likely looking for a new job. Bad move. So, yeah, bad move. All right. That's all I got. This edition of the Things That Sting, powered by Jones Pest Control. Ants, spiders, bees, or mice. Don't think twice. Call Jones Pest Control at 814-230-9548. That's 814-230-9548. Going to take a quick break. Come back with some short NFL reactions, if any. And then we're going to get into the three-bagger, wrap this show up so we can watch some Monday Night Football. Be right back. Blue Line Auto, located at 1606 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren, is locally owned and operated and is a family-run business specializing in vehicle sales and service. They offer state and safety inspections and general car repairs, including but not limited to brakes and rotors, tires, oil changes, batteries, starters, and alternators. They also offer vehicle undercoating prior to winter to help keep your vehicle protected. Currently, their hours are Monday through Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Thursday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them today to schedule your next appointment at 814-230-9061. Your safety is their goal.
Hi, this is Ryan Klein, the host of the new pop culture podcast, Me, Myself, and Rye. You can find me on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and several other platforms. Special guests, breakaway shows, bonus episodes, cold beers, and a whole lot more. So what are you guys and gals waiting for? Subscribe now to the Me, Myself, and Rye podcast on Spotify or wherever it is that you get your shows and start listening today.
My High, Joe and Sketty's very own world of sports.
My Hive is presented by Blue Line Auto. For all your automotive needs, call Blue Line Auto at 814-230-9061 or stop in at 1606 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. All right. What are we doing?
Well, I mean, did we need any NFL games covered? Is there anything we kind of missed?
I mean,
we touched on
Baker. We didn't talk too much about.
Oh
the
yeah, I
Carolina
mean the
game.
Browns.
Obviously, Baker made a little dash of a comeback there late, but his horrible start hard to overcome.
Well, I heard the coach squib kicked it. Like rules, like squib kick this with a minute to go. Why would you not kick it deep?
I do not know, and I missed that part if that did actually.
I will say it might not have mattered because what's kid's name? Cade York, the Browns kicker.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
58-yarder. That thing was good from fucking 70. That was an absolute
it was a bomb.
nuke.
Yeah,
nuke.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we talked about the Bills game. We talked about
the Chargers beat the Raiders. Was only real.
Yeah,
I don't know if we touched on that at all. Adams had a good week.
Adams looked great.
Yep.
So him and Derek are already figured it out, and he's
I think
doing the same.
I think we kind of covered. I think we kind of covered all the big games in the.
We'll get into the
reaction
reaction.
Okay.
And we'll next week obviously we're going to be Tuesday night, so it'll be a little bit longer, and we're gonna have a couple
exactly
guests likely. So
don't have to rush.
Yeah. All right. NFL 3-bagger week 2, very early, but the lines are out. You can bet them. They're going to change, obviously. So starting out with Sketty, and actually I can bounce back and forth because we have the same game for the first one. Falcons plus 10.5 at the Rams.
It's a lot of points.
It is.
And the Rams didn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the Rams are still going to win this game, but I think it's going to be closer than what people think.
So one of the biggest things, and this could be a week 1 overreaction, I'll just preface that right now. But a lot of people were like, no way Cordero Patterson has the year he had last year. Well, started off pretty well.
Week 1.
A couple touchdowns, well over 100, I believe.
122, I believe it was. Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
And Mariota didn't have a horrible game.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think they can hang with this Rams team right now. Just from what the Rams showed. I just didn't think the Rams showed me anything.
Yeah, so I'm with you on that. Like I said, we've already kind of made our points there. It's a lot of points, and the Rams didn't look great. Falcons didn't look bad. It's week 2. We'll see what happens. This is just at this point. And this is one I could see down to 8 by kickoff, because I think a lot of people earlier jump on 10.5. So you could definitely see this line go down. As we get closer to kickoff, it could be. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was down to 7.5, which is 3 points is a lot, but I think you'll see some large amounts of money come in on Atlanta in that game.
Agree.
Sketty's number 2. He's got the Bengals minus 6.5 at Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bengals are pissed off they lost this week, and I think the Cowboys don't have Dak and are going to be struggling. I think the Bengals put it on them.
I agree with you on this one. Obviously, I didn't put it in my 3 picks, but I'm definitely siding with you here. The Cowboys just are in trouble, I think. Was not an overreaction. We listed earlier. They look like they're in bad shape right now. My second one, going against the Dolphins this week. With them last week, against them this week. The Ravens look pretty tough, and I think the Dolphins are a little bit overhyped in themselves for beating. They put up 20 on New England.
Patriots.
It wasn't like they slaughtered them. Mac Jones sucks anyways. They're going to see a different dynamic with Lamar. Reading a lot about Lamar, and if you're really kind of thinking about his future, they didn't reach a deal. Lamar has not been paid yet. So if there's somebody who's going to be playing out their ass for this season, it's going to be him, because he does not have a deal in the works yet. Like, the Allen money, the Mahomes money, which is what, it's reported he turned down like $290 million now. So he wants this huge contract, and until that's dotted, his care, how some It's always been kind of a thing people watch is how players perform after they sign their big contracts. Because there's definitely been a pattern historically of players who've declined once they got paid.
Yep.
It's they got what they needed, so they're kind of like, whatever. But
Yeah,
I just like
I like this pick.
Yeah, I like the Ravens at home. I think
Yep.
it's going to be a pretty crazy environment. They're coming home 1-0, so I like the Ravens in that one.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, Vikings over the Eagles.
Plus 1.5.
Plus 1.5 too. I mean, I just think, the Eagles played the Lions, and I've been a big Detroit supporter. I think they're really going to turn this thing around at some point, as early as this year. But man, I think the Vikings just look like the most complete team. I think the Eagles are a little overhyped, and I just think that they're going to do it.
See, this is one too that I just want to throw in there, as well as the last one, that when public money starts shifting lines and stuff, there's a lot of people high on the Dolphins. I could see that Dolphins getting 3.5. A lot of people liking that, going for it, and you get that line coming back down for the Ravens.
Yeah.
You might be able to get them at even less points. And I'm going to say the same thing with this game, that I think the Vikings, you could end up getting them with more points, because as much as people are high on them, people love the Eagles this year. They really do. And they did go drop 38 on Detroit on the road week 1, so they're putting points
up.
Did
the Lions cover for your pick last week? I didn't see what the final was. They covered 4, with 4,
baby.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, yeah. If the Lions covered, you can go ahead and give me the Vikings getting 1.5.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and like I said, I think that number could go up. Just like the Lions line, I think at time I posted the graphic, they were up 0.5 point.
Yep.
Or am I wrong on that?
I know a lot of the lines moved, and I don't remember.
Well, they all did. Every one of our games all had different lines at. Of course, we're doing them pretty early in the week right now.
Yeah.
We did that last Monday. So hold on, I got it right here. Yeah, the Lions were 4.5 at closing, or at least at 8 a.m. or whatever time it was that I put this graphic together. But yeah, I could, that's the Vikings. I could see that moving also. Like I said, with the Ravens too. So just something to keep an eye on as the week goes on. All right, so that's your last one besides the lock. Titans at Bills. Give me them. I'll swallow them points.
Man.
Yeah, I know. You can disagree with it. It's okay.
No, I wanted to pick this game. I really wanted to pick it, but I'm like, Jesus, 9.5. We know what Derrick Henry likes to do to the Bills. My heart would tell me that, or my head, I guess, would tell me that, the Bills are going to cover this spread. But just something in my gut says, yeah, I wouldn't be brave enough to do it.
Buffalo at home opener on a Monday night. That place is going to be
it's going to be rocking.
Bananas. So I like what McDermott has going this year. I do. I like Allen, the air attack. The receivers are good. Running game can get going. I don't think the Titans defense is that great. And I'm not saying they aren't going to score points, but I just don't think they're going to be able to keep up. If you give me a 21-point victory against the Rams, I'd take the Rams defense over the Titans. And I just, I like Buffalo with the point, swallowing the points here. So, and while we're at it, before we close out here, so you finished.
I don't even know. It wasn't
2-1. You lost the Panthers -2.5.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah. And then you had the Chiefs at 3.5. You have the Bucks at 1.5. I had the Lions, Dolphins. They both covered at +4 and Dolphins at -3. I got the Broncos at -6 tonight.
Well,
so that is
disappoint you, but the Seahawks are up 7-0 right now.
No, they're not.
Yep.
What?
Gino to Disley. Yep. 7-0.
No, I ain't worried about it. A lot of time to go.
Yep.
Our boy hasn't even stepped on the field yet.
Correct.
Yeah, they'll be fine. All right. Okay, let's wrap this up. Thank our sponsors.
Lock of the decade?
Oh, lock of the decade. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I might be in bad shape after half-ass seeing that.
Lock of the decade is 0-1.
Yeah, monsoon. I would have switched that, taking the points. So if the weather changes and there's a monsoon in Seattle, take the Seahawks with the points because that's a lot of points. No, I think the Niners are going to be pissed off. I thought Seattle was bad, but here they are on the board. Maybe Denver's bad. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit of a revenge game from week one. I think they're going to show out and really put it on them. Although losing Mitchell for 2 months is going to hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. So lock of the decade.
Kittle's supposed to be back though,
which will be a difference. That'll make a
difference. Yeah, that'll help.
All right. Now we can wrap it up, right?
Yep.
Okay. Thank our sponsors, Swing Juice, Busch Light, Napoli's, Your Daily Local, JP Photography, Mean Sales and Service, Jones Pest Control, Me, Myself, and Rye, Blue Line Auto, Complete Roofing, Hillview Signs and Graphics, Hillview Towing. The list goes on. Thank you, everybody who tuned in, jumped in the comments. Love hearing from you. Love watching you get sketty, a little riled up. And do that every week. Makes me laugh. Next week will be a Tuesday night show.
Yep.
Because I'm going to the Monday night game where the Bills are going to cover 9.5 points. Lock it in.
It.
All right. Till next week, everybody. Take care.